It me reporting whatever the fuck I want.
You don't own me.
Whatever.
You should be scared.
It's tea time.
Hi, I'm Sarah Holcomb, producer, director, audio engineer, creative director, editor, and host of Tea Time with Sarah Holcomb. Because I have so many jobs at the exact same time doing this production, sometimes I make mistakes, like deleting all of the footage from the first half of this episode from camera 2, along with all of the audio from all of the cameras. Luckily, we have some amazing guests today. Kieron Harrel, he is a Chicago comedian and producer of Jokioki Showcase, as well as a host on Live from the DMs podcast. And Jessica Misitano, she is a Chicago comedian and international sex symbol, obviously. Let's get into what's left of the tea.
Wright Johnson said that she was picking up some items in a grocery store in Moore, Oklahoma with 2 of her daughters when she reached for a bag of frozen pizza rolls. She then quickly discovered something else in her hand. Human excrement. Excrement, yeah. Shit. Someone defecated inside of a supermarket freezer onto a bag of Tostino's pizza rolls, then covered the mess with another package of treats.
Wait, so they didn't shit inside the Tostino bags? How did they do that inside the freezer?
Hey, when you're dedicated, you can get anything.
Oh my God.
I think they poop on the bag, turn it over, and mush it with another bag.
Like, I want to hear his side. What was going through his head? What did he do? Did he open the freezer door? What, was it in Jewel-Osco, or he couldn't find it?
I know.
Was this Florida?
Oklahoma.
Oh, that's worse.
Oklahoma, yeah.
It's Florida with no beaches.
Yeah.
Surveillance video from the scene of the grime. They don't call it crime. Of the grime. Flushed out a man they identified as the person of interest.
I want to see that video. I want to see the
I do want to see the
surveillance
video.
video of him opening the door, dropping trowel. That can be a very busy store because you have, first of all, if I can't go to the bathroom in public, I have to like warm myself up and get comfortable, get my head in space. If I'm gonna shit in a freezer, I have to get myself mentally prepared for that.
He had to have planned that. That was
He had
like,
to have needed to shit really bad.
well, I feel like that's something that he went out and did on purpose. He's like, today I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna shit in the freezer.
I would open the bag and then like super glue it shut.
I would have sold my own shit, yeah, just to get back at some family that couldn't afford a proper dinner, so they feed their kids with pizza rolls while mom and dad argues in
That's
their
what
own.
they deserve, yeah. Open
That's
up one
what
of
they
those
did.
banquet packages and just poop in there.
Oh, I did poop in public one time. I was in a forest. I was in a state park actually. They're very big. I didn't realize how big they were until I had a shit while I was halfway through it.
Were you like, oh my god, I have to poop? Or...
Yeah, and then I just did it, and then I wiped myself on a leaf.
I pooped in public one time. It was on purpose. It was on the quad of my college. I was like, I think that this would be so broy. I don't do a lot of broy shit, so I was just like, like the jock, like I don't do that. So I was like, oh, let me do that. It's like a hurrah. And then, but I prepared. We went to this Mexican store. I grabbed a bunch of paper towels. I knew what was happening.
He's like, so I'm gonna be a bro, but I'm gonna be a classy bro.
There we go.
Yeah.
Of course. Gotta take care of the bunghole.
That's not broy enough, unless you're using a.
He was trying.
I was trying so hard.
Don't rain on his
homeless
parade.
man's mouth.
Then it doesn't count.
No, it doesn't. That's what I would have done.
Rules
You
of
want that
trying to do
$5 or not, mother?
Then get to work. What's your name? Harry. No, your new name is Baudet. That's your new name.
Baudet.
It's bidet.
His name is Baudet.
It's Baudet 2 days.
NASA says that it can put the first person of color on the moon in 2025. Now, listen.
Wait a while.
Right. Like, okay, let's normalize like putting people of color anywhere, like without having to advertise it, can we? Like the last time we went to the moon, by the way, was 1972. So,
Wait, really?
yeah,
We haven't done it since then?
People or like...
people.
Okay.
Yeah, the last time we went to the moon without having like robots go for us was
Supposedly.
1972. Well, there was that movie Apollo 18 that came out that was like a really scary horror film where they were saying like the last time we went in 1972, which was Apollo 17, that like
they saw some crazy shit on the moon, and like there were like spider-like creatures and alien-like creatures. And so, I mean, really think about it. Why haven't we gone back since 1972?
They're waiting to send the black people up there.
Yeah, right,
You know, I haven't been
exactly.
back in a while, you know.
The people of color, it's time for us.
It's
time for us
they
to
don't
send
wanna
them.
Go. You guys
Check
don't
that
want
out
to go
for
at
us
all.
up there.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, send me somewhere nice on Earth. Why do I have to go
Yeah,
to the
why
moon?
can't just go
Oh my God, you're right. They're probably being sent as like the guinea pig.
We definitely.
Remember when they sent that dog in space? And do you remember those pictures? Well, not remember because it was a long time ago. But they sent like a dog in space, and the dog was so happy, and it had a little ship, and they just sent him out there to die.
Did he die?
Yeah, bitch. What do you mean?
What?
He died out there?
They sent the dog to space and he died?
Yeah. They knew that it wasn't going to come back, and they did that with animals. They've done that with, I think,
Monkeys.
with monkeys.
Why the?
The monkeys, I know they were in them spaceships tweaking out. Can you just imagine being a monkey?
Oh my
in a
God.
spaceship?
No way.
That is maniacal.
You know that dog was so happy to be a part of it. They probably praised him like, "You're gonna do it. You're gonna do so good." And he's like, "Yeah." And he's out there. He's like, "Wait."
Guys.
What all that matters is now we are sending a person of color after not being there for almost what
50 years.
We're gonna have to fight the spiders, dude.
Right.
We're gonna lose that fight, dude.
Well, they almost lost it before. Apparently, if the movie Apollo 18 is correct, they almost died last time, which, I mean, that does make sense. Why would we have gone to the moon? The first time we went to the moon was
the
1969.
dog in space.
Oh, wow.
They gave him like a little pillow and everything. Look at that.
That's
just
so mean.
compressed in there. They sacrificed this dog. Look at him. He was so proud of
That's
himself.
terrible.
He's like, when I get back, I'm getting all the treats. No, he just got smushed to death, crushed to death by the pressure of the universe.
And they knew this was going to happen. Like, they planned this.
They probably
planned
didn't
for him to
plan for
come
him to
back.
come. Yeah, they probably didn't plan for him to come back.
Because this was before, I'm pretty sure this was before the moon landing. So they're like, we're going to set a bunch of shit up there and just...
See if it get crushed.
Yeah, it's like they're saying you
Why would
throw
they
something
send
at a wall
a
and see what
dog,
sticks.
man? That's man's best friend.
Not anymore.
We're not gonna hear about these black people that never make it back from space.
Right.
You just know that.
They're not even going to tell us it's happening until they come back and then they're alive and they'll be like, look what we did.
Or they'll be like, oh, he's crazy now. Like we'll go to the moon and we'll be like, yo, there's shit on the moon. Hey, this black dude's crazy.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this guy? You know?
Yeah, but that does make sense. If that was 50 years ago, why would that be the last time that we went out there? They went, so in 3 years, they went 17 times to the moon.
Yeah.
And then since then, they've gone zero.
The
So
last 3
obviously,
years?
no, from 1969, which was the first time that they landed, which, do we remember the 1969 song from the Even Stevens? No? We went to the moon, 1969. No.
No.
Well, you know what? It's a
Yeah.
thing. That's how I remember, okay? 17 times in 3 years, and then in 50 years we went zero. So obviously the last time that they went, something
I
happened.
think it had something to do, they were saying that it had something to do with funding and they were waiting for like scientific advances to happen. Like I don't know, maybe they just
But
wanted...
also, a bunch of people died on one of the trips.
Yeah,
A bunch of like
They
a bunch of
exploded.
people- Yeah. What was that? Which one was that?
I don't know.
Wasn't that
It might be
the-
13. Oh, that was Apollo 13.
So then, what was the movie based off of?
Apollo 18 was, I think, based off of Apollo 17.
What about the Challenger? What were they doing on that thing? Put up their first teacher. Oh no, that's not looking good. It's the last time they're like, oh, we're gonna have our first teacher in space, and then that shit exploded. Yeah, it's a Challenger, and then it exploded.
How many people?
And it was on TV too, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, that was.
Everyone
televised.
just shuts off the TV.
No wonder we're all up, bro. I remember like, yeah,
We've seen some
9/11.
9/11 was on TV.
You know, it's not like it's not as good as it was TV. That's why I stopped watching it.
I don't even have a TV anymore.
Me either.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Not enough horrors in the world for.
Horrors? Yeah, there's not enough horrors on television.
I heard that our cell phones now have more power than the original space shuttle.
Yep.
Isn't that weird? That's
I'd
crazy.
go to the moon.
They said that
I'd beat the out of every alien I ever saw. I'd curb stomp them, yeah.
that's the colonizer in you.
I'd take a moon rock and yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Put my flag down. This is America now.
Just beat everyone up. Yeah.
I'm reading this book that's called Alien Races by Elena Danaan, and it basically talks about all the alien races like that they know of and interdimensional alien races.
What do you mean that they know of?
Well, okay, so this woman, she lives in Ireland, but she was abducted by gray aliens when she was a kid, and then She was saved, apparently, by another group of aliens who, I guess she was a part of their family in a past life, and she died and was reincarnated as a human, and they followed her, and they actually meet with her regularly, and they've told her about like all these different types of alien races, how far away from Earth they are, what they're doing on Earth currently, and also interdimensionally, like different alien races that live interdimensionally in different locations. So like even if you go to like another galaxy where they supposedly live, you can't see them unless you go to a different dimension in that same galaxy.
Gotcha. And the thing is, what if
it's true?
Yeah,
it could be.
What if it don't, dude? Because what if it's true? What if it's true?
I mean, it's an amazing book.
And I think that like I love conspiracy theories because I don't think that we get any information that we're not meant to see. So like everything that's on Google, like all the washing that the government does, they also I think put like a back door for conspiracies. That way, people that want to like divert from the straight and narrow, and they're like, oh, I'm enlightened. We've also been allotted
detoured. Yeah, detoured. Like even the stuff that we're conspiring, it's all filtered.
Yeah.
Do you remember the internet, like early 90s internet was so good because you can watch beheading videos, you can watch people getting killed.
Anything you
want.
Facebook, and now you get banned every other day for saying shut your mouth.
Calling someone a pussy.
How many times have you created a TikTok? I feel like you've had like 3 TikToks and like 4 Instagrams.
I've had 5 I have. It's just stupid.
She can't be controlled.
But then everyone always steals your like original content and like redoes it and stuff too.
Yeah, they're cocksuckers.
It's terrible.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get famous.
Trendsetter, man.
That's horrible.
I believe in conspiracy theories.
Oh, hell yeah.
When it comes to aliens, the group sightings, like when people that aren't, and this was like in the 70s, like so there's no way that they were like, hey, say you saw a bunch of different people in different areas saying the same thing. But when people say they get like abducted and probed, but I want to believe that too.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, oh, you're crazy, because that's so dismissive.
Well, I guess there are different types of aliens from what she's saying in her book. There's only like specific type of aliens that abduct people, and a lot of them are the Greys. And the Greys are apparently, from what she says, because when people, have you ever heard when they're abducted, like the Greys are just very cold beings and they don't like have much feeling? Yeah. Well, apparently, like there's 2 things. The Greys that abduct them, I guess, are actually slaves of the Reptilians.
They probably love that name,
Yeah.
Greys. The blacks, you know, they're abducted by the blacks, the Mexicans.
Oh, God. It's like racism in space.
That's the only recognized race. I'm like, I don't know, gray.
Well, like...
And you said slaves?
They're slaves, yeah. Something happened, like they had like a group of planets. Yeah, it's kind of like mirroring different things.
Kidnap people and then like probe them in the asshole.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like superior in a sense. They're supposed to be like advanced. They have spaceships that just hover.
They are.
And then they can't figure out like our anatomy is just where other stuff goes out. Like why are they doing that? Did they not? Why are they doing it more than once? But here's the thing that I'm saying is like it's like a thing, like getting probed by an alien.
But that's the fear tactic. That's because they don't want us to get cool with the aliens. They don't want us to get cool with the Greys.
Oh, dude, they're probably cool as shit.
You know what I mean?
It's like the government's like, no, they'll f your butt.
Yeah. They're not nice people, especially the Greys. The Greys are the worst, dude. The Greys are awful, dude.
The slaves to the other aliens.
Apparently there was like something that went down like they had like a 5 to 7 planet system, and they went to another galaxy to see like if they could get help from a neighboring like galaxy or whatever, but it happened to be like reptilians, and the reptilians were like, oh yeah, we're gonna help you, and then they enslaved them. And the reason why they're so cold is because they've been conditioned by being like not been given any love by the reptilians and been like, so now they're just like basically slaves with no feeling, and they just do what they're told to do. They send them there because the reptilians don't want to do it themselves. It's almost like they're disposable beings.
This is real familiar.
You know what's really
right?
funny is how they say like that like Queen Elizabeth is a lizard. You know, she's a lizard.
Yeah.
You heard that?
Lizard person.
That are here. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, she actually explains that in the book. So people like Mark Zuckerberg, what's really fascinating is people see him and they look in his eyes and they're like, we're scared and we don't know why.
He's not a real. I'm not convinced he's a real person.
He's not. Let me explain. Okay.
I just read up on that.
Yeah.
I know what you're about to say. Yeah, go.
Yeah, so what she says, she doesn't say him by name, but she says people who are of a heavy influence on technology and on humans, what reptilians do is they found a way to extract the soul from the body and trap it. There's no way to destroy a soul, apparently. From what she's saying, you can only trap it in an illusionary matrix. And then, so the soul is thinking it's living its life.
Right.
And the brain still has the memories. So the body actually thinks that it is still the human,
Right.
but then they put a reptilian energy inside the body.
Right.
So what you're seeing is actually the reptilian through the eyes. The soul is not there anymore. You can't see the soul in the eyes, it's the reptilian.
I was literally reading something about this like last week. We were meant to talk about this. And I can't remember the name of it, but they were showing a bunch of like realistic police sketches that were creeping people out. And they said the exact same thing, but that it looks not human, but only because the eyes are soulless.
Yeah.
So I can't remember the definition that they put on it, but it's a phenomenon where we see, like when we see like the sex dolls and shit. Now some people are like, oh my god, that's human, but that's not.
Yeah.
Human. So when people look at these like reptilians and shit, it's like that's so dehumanizing, reptilians. I went like this, like they don't exist. But like when they look at the reptilians,
Dehumanizing the reptilians over here.
they get the same feelings, but like literally like you said, like Mark Zuckerberg, it's like. You're there and you're a human, but something about you is not human.
Yeah.
We can pick up on that shit. So I don't.
Yeah.
It's so hard to create something from nothing. Like
There's there's a basis to everything.
Maybe
Strange.
Christopher Columbus wasn't all that crazy. Remember when he said he discovered mermaids and they had sex with him?
He's a goddamn hero.
That turned out to be manatees, apparently.
He was fucking
They were
manatee.
fucking
Yeah,
manatees.
yeah, we discovered mermaids,
My
and then
God.
we had sex with them. They're like,
That's a manatee, sir.
Let me do my own research.
he's a
Yeah.
dolly chaser.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all that matters.
Yeah.
German is on trial for castrating men on his kitchen table.
A German man is on trial?
Yeah, German. I don't know. He's a German electrician who went on trial Thursday accused of murder and the death of one man, mutilating several others by performing illegal operations on their genitalia.
Wow.
He's a 66-year-old, told a regional court in Munich, which is where this happened, that he performed the procedures of the man's request.
One dude died because of it.
Yeah, well,
So he wants to be castrated? And they
assume
go
that's
to
what
his
the whole
house?
thing- Yeah, that's what it was. He's not named for privacy reasons.
Privacy part reasons.
Yeah. Claims he initially offered sexual services on sadomasochistic websites in order to earn money to pay off debts. Later, the man allegedly expanded his repertoire by performing operations on his kitchen table in the town of Markt, telling his victims that he was a trained medical professional. Pulls out a butcher knife.
I'm a professional.
Just sit up on the counter.
Are they victims if they request it?
It's still illegal. You can't just be chopping off people's body parts.
But if they go like, "Hey, I want this," can we say that they're victims? He did what they wanted.
I mean,
Maybe
I
the guy that
guess.
died.
yeah,
want
he
that.
died, so that's malpractice.
Yeah, that is that's so malpractice.
He castrated or partially amputated the genitals of 8 men.
What is castration? Like, do they chop off the balls?
Yeah, the balls.
In middle school, we had this rumor. Well, we just believed that if your balls got chopped off, no matter what, you would die. Like, no matter what, if your balls are gone, you're dead.
Well, I guess it's a fate worse than death to a lot of men.
Yeah. That's what we equated that to.
I think, when you're just poor and you don't want children, I think that's a very responsible decision that you have to make for yourself, where you just know that you cannot financially provide for a child. And so you meet a man who offers a
Don't point to me
blowjob.
when you say that. Don't point when you meet a man. Don't point.
Witness Exhibit A, when you meet a man.
When you
Let's
meet a
just
me.
say Kieron, is on a sex masochistic website, and he's offering
Regular
to
toothpick.
whip you and then chop your balls off. It makes sense.
Try and say no to that. That's a good deal. That's a 2-for-1.
It is. You get a little pleasure in pain, and then you're an environmentalist at the end of the day because you're helping control the population.
And we're tearing down Big Pharma. Why would you go to like a hospital when you can go to your friendly neighborhood Gray?
Yeah. Well, good for you.
Thank you.
I wish you good luck in court
Thank you. Thank you.
and in your future endeavors.
I'll do
and-
fine. Yeah, for it. Where did he die? Did he die in my house or did he die in a hospital?
Probably. I don't know if like the guy went home. It doesn't say, but I don't think he went home. He probably like was like laid up in bed.
Ooh, now that sounds bad.
He could have been screwed up for days. He's like, just lay on the couch and hands him a beer.
Ooh, that sounds.
It's very German.
Ooh, I hope that didn't happen. I want my guy to go off.
When you cut off the balls, though, they don't even want to have sex anymore, right? They lose their need.
I have no idea.
I think that, I mean, there's been a whole thing in history where they used to cut off they used to castrate, like, people in the churches, like, high up people in the churches so that they wouldn't.
So you're saying that the libido is gone if the testicle.
Yeah. It's
What
weird.
is stored in the balls? I don't know.
All
I know is that if they are gone, you die. Like, it was a big thing in middle school. Like, it was a big conversation. I remember us talking about, like, there's no way to not die if your balls get cut off. There's no way to not die.
Where did you learn? Is this just like a recess discussion?
like at lunch. But like,
Yeah.
This is like a core memory.
But I remember, like, it was like, I was terrified. And like, for some reason, I was like, oh my God, my balls are gonna be gone soon.
Traumatized as a child.
So like, I have to just make sure that I protect these at all costs. So when I hear that, I'm just like, yeah, it makes sense that he died.
Actually, you know what? That does stick
His
because
life source.
I remember hearing about, like, I never wanted to go to Africa when I was a little kid.
Oh yeah, why?
Besides the obvious, right? Did you hear about how they cut the uteruses off of women?
The what?
Oh, yeah.
Cut off the what?
They like hold down the women and cut off their clits.
Their clit?
Yeah.
Clitorises.
Really?
Yeah.
They do that in Afghanistan too.
Really?
No, I didn't know about that country when I was 8. I just knew about Africa.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The one that we read about in the history books, where all the dead people came from.
Oh my god.
Right?
Oh my god.
Right or wrong?
No.
We were kings. We were kings.
I don't know how to answer this without getting...
Fix the history books.
Yeah, seriously.
Or you breed people like Jessica.
So that was the tea with Kieron, Harrel, and Jessica Misitano. Thank you so much for joining us. Like and subscribe to Tea Time with Sarah Holcomb on YouTube, and we'll see you back here next time. Bye.